dope. So like we were gonna ask you guys, but you guys already kind of said it, like who you are and what you do. But I want to switch it around. I'll ask you this first, Gretchen, because you guys are both artists. So I want to know, like, what kind of art. You give us, like, the audience an idea on, like, what do you do. You mentioned, I believe, you're a graphic artist. So for people that are listening, like, let's just describe us to them, like what is it at being a graphic artist? You know, like what do you do? And
Yeah. Okay. So in the beginning, I was like, for graphic design, like I was your like typical designer, like creating logos, brand work, identities for like companies or small businesses. So I create like what your like main logo would be. And then now I've just more like transitioned to more of a illustrator. So I'll
Okay.
draw, I usually combine like real images with either drawings on top of it or like a cut and paste kind of feel to it. Like if you've
Hmm.
seen some of my stuff, like I'll get a
I
picture of
have.
Nipsey, yeah, and then I'll just put like flowers over it, just as like an element,
Okay.
just to bring out what the picture really represents.
I
And
like because
then
I'm a
now,
nostalgic guy. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but like I
yeah.
did
Oh
see
no, no,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
with Dexter. I like that shit, yo, because I'm like,
Oh
yo,
yeah,
Dexter was my shit back then, yo.
yeah,
Like Saturdays or
yeah,
whatever evening nights, you watch that shit, and then I saw that
yeah,
picture that you put. That's pretty cool. That's pretty dope.
yeah. Well, yeah, so that's what I mean about like going back to the 90s, right? Like the whole cut
Hmm.
and paste situation was, when you did it as a kid, you cut and paste things. So that was like my rendition of it.
That's
And
cool.
like again with the whole Dexter thing, it's again like bringing back my childhood and then just making art out of that. And
Okay.
then obviously with my spin on things and like what I've learned as like an artist and like what really captures me, like my big influence is obviously like Basquiat and all that stuff. Like I love how he
Yeah.
just like throws paint on things and it's sick, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. It's just there. Looks
Yeah, man.
cool.
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
basket's awesome, yo.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much like where I'm transitioning to. Like getting away from like all that corporate stuff and just being
Hmm.
like experimental with art in that
Okay.
sense. Like
That's
graffiti
cool.
art is like huge to me, right? Like that's a
So yo,
different way of doing it. So
Rowell is right
that's
there. He's a graffiti artist too,
yeah,
yo. That's
yeah,
sick, yo.
exactly, right? Yeah.
Dope, dope.
So yeah, just I love graffiti art just because it's just expressive. Like it's just cool art. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
really necessarily have to mean anything. It's just there. Yeah.
that's cool,
Adding
man.
color to the
Just
world, I
Yeah, yo.
guess.
you get
Yeah.
fried as fuck and you just do whatever you want to lie.
Yeah, exactly. Get high if you want, like create shit. Like it's crazy. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
amount of things that you can come up with, it's
Yeah,
insane.
man. How about you,
Yeah,
Rowell?
like,
Let's swing it. Let's
get
swing it.
away from that.
Yeah, Rowell, I wanted to
Let's
ask
swing it
you
back to you, Rowell.
how did I'll start for Roweezy over here, man? This Mr. Guapo. Like how did it start? How did you get into the creative scene for you?
The to get into the creative scene or just the
The whole thing.
creative
The whole thing. The whole
like
thing.
life. I got into it like I don't know when I was 7 years old. I just seen my boy draw a Pokemon. I'm like, yo, can I join you? And then
Yeah.
after that day, it was a drug. I was addicted as fuck. I kept drawing every fucking day,
Okay.
and it eventually grew. It evolved into graffiti as I
Nice.
grew older. And then in my 20s, I combined everything that I knew: illustration, graffiti, and abstract. I just fuse it, and you get me now.
Dope.
Okay.
Nice.
What I do, like for the people that don't know me, is I just do I do graffiti. I'm an artist. My art is like everywhere. I can put on clothes, canvas, a wall, a fucking van, your
Tattoo?
house. Uh,
Tattoo.
Yeah,
I'm
sick.
studying tattoo
Say a
right now,
word.
but I suck so
It's a
much.
different. It's different, yo. That's why. Like you could.
It's fucking
Yeah.
hard, yo.
I hear
Practice
things
on
about it,
yourself.
man.
Yeah, so that's what I do, yo. Like I just strengthen our communities and businesses and spaces through the power of art. And my art changes as I grow.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
True. So how would you describe
Yeah.
it? Just like I know he's like yeah, the
Oh,
style,
my
yeah.
style. Definitely like fuck. It has an ancient feel,
Tribal?
ancient contemporary
Like
graffiti.
samurai geisha type
Uh,
of shit. Like from what I saw,
kind
a
of.
few of the murals that like
Yeah.
I remember. I was like, I drive the bus, right? So I'm driving the bus on Young and
Yeah.
Finch, and I'm along Young, and I noticed, yo,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yo, that's fucking Rowell shit right there, yo. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
very
dope,
like,
yo.
it's dope,
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
I
That's
was
pretty
creeping
jokes.
your
Pretty
I was creeping your Instagram earlier. I'm like, bro, this guy's hella talented, yo. I gotta get to know this guy, bro.
Yeah, I want
Oh.
to see your shit.
Yeah, so like,
Thank you.
yeah, man.
Oh, respect.
Gotta
Do what you want.